During the first 18 years of my life, I used to be a nice guy, with no success with girls. But over the past 2 years, I've turned myself into a bad boy, so that now I easily get beautiful girls. Mostly because I've learned to make girls respect me. And today I'll present to you 7 things you should never do in the presence of a girl. Because if you do them, she'll irrevocably lose respect to you, as it has happened to me different times in the past. The 7th mistake is the one a lot of guys, including myself, make very often, without even knowing that it makes the girl completely lose respect and attraction to us. Mistake number 1: apologizing to a girl. Bro, as a bad boy, as a confident, masculine guy, you should never ever apologize in your life. One day I have approached a girl on the street and I said, "Sorry, you look really beautiful." And she just turned her face on and she didn't want to speak with me. Because I have said one word, sorry. Look, even in the situations when you done something wrong and it is your fault, anyway, you shouldn't apologize. Make conclusions for yourself, think about your mistakes, correct your mistakes, but never apologize to a girl. And also, never apologize publicly. If you done something wrong and you didn't say sorry, the girl might be offended. She might think about you as an asshole. But if you actually apologize, she'll disrespect you. As a bad boy, I've got this mindset that whatever I do it for my own logic. I do it for some reason. There's also a reason for every action I take. I take every action because of some principles, because of my own desires and ideas. And the golden rule of a bad boy is that I do what I want and I don't apologize for doing what I know is right for me. By the way, if you want to make the nice guy, bad boy transformation yourself exactly how I did, so that you can get more attention from girls, more respect from men, you can feel free to book a free one-on-one call with me, clicking the link down below. Mistake number 2, which make girls disrespect you. Don't talk too much. Don't talk too much, not only about yourself, but overall. Shut the fuck up, bro. I've got an experience where I've approached a beautiful girl and there was some chemistry between us and she also instantly started liking me. But in the next few minutes, I completely ruined the attraction between us and she started disrespecting me. Because at that time, I had that shit mindset that I thought that the more I talk, the more she's gonna be attracted to me. And it was completely wrong. I ruined all the respect, all the attraction she had to me by just talking like a bitch. As a bad boy, you're gonna be perceived as a mysterious, handsome guy. And when you talk too much about yourself or overall you talk too much, you ruin that mysteriousness and there is no curiosity for a girl to speak to you more, there's no sense for a girl to be attracted to you anymore. Ask questions, don't talk. When in a conversation with a girl, let's say on a date with a girl, let's say you are in the bar, she's gonna be the one who talks 70 to 90% of the time. Make her talk about herself. Make her talk about her life and when she asks you some question, keep the answer as short as possible. Yeah, of course, if you got interesting stories, you can tell those stories and it's gonna create more attraction between you. But don't speak when it is not necessary. Number 3, be a happy, funny guy, but don't over-smile. You don't want to ruin your mysteriousness. The bad boys are the guys who are fun to spend time with, but when you smile too much, you're perceived as the lower status man. You know, there is a cold, mysterious guy archetype when you don't talk too much, when you are somewhat introverted, when you're basically like a social awkward sometimes, but you're handsome and that's pretty all. That's not so attractive. What I like to be is being a warm, mysterious. It's when that, yeah, I don't talk too much about myself, I don't oversmile, but at the same time, I know how to speak to the girl, and I create that warm atmosphere between us. I'm just charismatic. Number 4, and this one is probably the worst beta male trait you can possibly have, and it is asking for permission. Bro, when you are speaking to a girl or when you are on a date with a girl and you want to hug her or kiss her, and you want to be somewhat more physical with her, please, for the sake of fucking God, don't ask her for permission. Sorry, can I kiss you, please? No, okay. You just do it naturally. You know, one of the tactics I used to potentially create more attraction between the girl and me is that when I speak to her, I just hug her with one of my arms, like I put my arm on her shoulder. And most of the time they are okay with that. Imagine what would happen if I asked, sorry, can I put my arm on your shoulder, please? She would say me, fuck off, you fucking rapist. In the school, I was punished so many times for going to the toilet without asking for permission. Because you know, bro, schools are for gays, you know it. Like, my children are not gonna go to school. And honestly, the girls became more attracted to me because I didn't ask for permission, my teachers or anybody else, because I just did what I want. Number 5, indecisiveness. What you never want to happen in the presence of a girl is that she sees that you are struggling taking decisions, that you overthink, and because this shows that you are weak. This shows you are insecure beta male. Look, bro, bad boys never overthink. Bad boys just pick the first decision they have thought about. In one of my videos, I talked about that being a retard will make you more successful with girls, because the retards, the bad boys, they don't overthink, they don't have problems what to say to a girl, they don't have problems what they want to eat and what they want to do. They just do what they want, they just eat what they want to eat. So please, bro, even if you're insecure, even if you don't know what decision you should take, please don't show it to a girl. Just always act as if you are 100% confident, as you're like relaxed, almost indifferent guy. Number 5, don't be negative. There's a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the first chapter of this book tells that don't judge, don't criticize, and don't complain. And this is exactly what you always have to avoid when you speak to a girl, or in generally when you speak to other people. People will just lose respect to you if you are negative. Don't just randomly talk shit about other people, it's just so unattractive. Like if the girl asks your opinion about some person, like sure, you can say your honest opinion about that person if you don't like him or her, like, you know, but don't just randomly criticize, don't judge, because girls are gonna disrespect you for this. Like, for example, in the restaurant, if the waiter brings you the wrong meal, you're gonna seem the bitch if you get pissed off because of that. Like, in general, you don't want to be emotional, you don't want to be pissed off, because these are the traits of low quality men, of low quality people in general. Always try to be positive. Like, don't over smile, but always keep the atmosphere and the positive note. And finally, the point number 7. Nobody talks about this as something negative. Nobody sees it as a mistake that the girls might disrespect you for this. But so many guys fall for this, including myself. And it is never show your weak side to a woman. Never talk about your problems to a girl, even if she encourages you to open up to her. You always have to position yourself as a strong, dominant, masculine man. And if the girl asks you to tell her about your problems, then it's a shit test. And if you fail this test, if you show your weak side, if you show yourself as the less masculine, then the girl is gonna lose respect to you. Bro, this point is related to the previous one. You never want to be negative in the conversation with the girl. You are always strong, you are always positive, you are a happy fucking dude. Bro, criticizing, complaining and judging is for women and gays. And if you're not a gay, you are not a woman, then you're a happy, funny, positive motherfucker. And this is what women respect men for.